Grace Kim, major winner. Welcome back to the Teed Up podcast. How the hell are you, mate? Thanks for making some time for us.
No, I'm good. I'm glad to be back.
Oh, tell you what, it's a week on exactly pretty much from when you won, probably a couple hours later, maybe 6 hours later. But you had a cold. How are you feeling now? Like, has it all sunk in? You're probably had a bit to go through this week.
Yeah, well, I got my voice back, so that's a start.
It's great for a podcast.
Yeah, yes. Feels surreal. Like it's just, yeah, crazy. It's already been a week.
Mate, absolutely nuts. So, I said to you when I messaged you, it's probably the most excited I've been for someone watching a golf tournament. Just what you did, mate. Eagle-birdie-eagle to win. It was just the most dramatic finish and insane. Like, we just watched Scotty Scheffler run away with the Open Championship in the men's side of the majors, which was like great to see Scotty doing what he's doing in the game. Pretty boring turning it on this morning knowing that he's going to win. What's it like for you now? You've had a week, so let's just talk about the week you've had rather than the win. We'll talk about that in a minute. What's the week been like? You wake up, major winner after, you've probably gone out for dinner with all the Aussie girls, but what's the week's panned out like? How different is it for you?
Well, I had a great dinner on the Sunday night, and then Mum and I spent the week in London being a tourist. Honestly, the first 24, 48 hours, I was still on a high. But after that, I think I honestly get what Scotty said in his interview about, it being for him, it's like, what's the point kind of thing? You're on a high for a little bit and then it kind of you just go back to your normal. And I did feel like that. I have to, I'll admit, I watched the video of the footage a few times just to be able to relive it because I honestly don't remember being in that situation physically. Yeah, pretty much. So, just to be able to have that as my history is, incredible. Just insane.
Flow state, I think they call that, Grace, in the professional sporting landscape, which is what you want to be in, and you've got it done. Mate, take us back to Sunday. You go eagle, birdie, eagle to force a playoff. It was just, I don't know, that 4 hybrid you hit on 18. It's just like the dream golf shot. Can you take us back to, before the playoff? And I know on 12 you made you had a bogey or a double. And it looked like you're probably going to fall away and Gino was just going to run away with it, or Body Woad. Like they were going, it looked like they were going to run away with it, those two. What's it like for you on the 12th, and then sort of can you walk us through the last 5 holes of the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think throughout the whole day, I was, started off bogey, I think 2 over through 4 holes or something. And then, to me, it just felt like the putts just weren't either going in when it had a chance or, when I had a good length of having a 2-putt, just wasn't like a tap-in 2-putt. It was like a bit of a rocky start. And then, made back-to-back birdies on 9 and 10. And then, I was kind of stuck on, I pulled the drive on 12 a little bit and it just got into the lip of the bunker and I basically got stuck under the lip. My caddy said, just have a crack at it because even if I was to take unplayable, I have to drop it in the bunker. So basically all that fluff happened. Made double. But as soon as I made double, I told my caddy, there's I've got nothing to lose. I literally said that. I said, I've got nothing to lose. So then we started taking a little bit more aggressive lines coming in. Again, I still shaved a few holes to miss birdie putts on 13 and 14. I think 15 obviously worked out well. 16, I was actually just going for that car. I was like, I'm either winning it or I'm getting a car. So did that. So made birdie and then put myself in a really difficult position for 2-putt on 17. But made that. And then, I mean, honestly, 18 obviously happened, but all day you look at Gino's scorecard and she's got a flawless no bogey scorecard, and then there's me who's got a roller coaster of a scorecard, but we both ended up on the same score. So and then we ran on the playoff.
I know, mate. It's cool. Can we chat about sort of your mindset though? You're at the top end of your game of world sport. It's the highest level you can play at in your sport. You're 3 years in, 4 years in, 3 and a
3
bit years
years.
into being your professional career. You've had a win back at the Lottie in, I think, 2023. So you've had
Yes.
it's been a while between drinks. You've had not a great year on the LPGA tour.
Yeah.
I think you've had one top 10 finish, which was at the Black Desert.
Yeah.
You know, how did you get yourself up for this? It's a major championship, but what changed from, I guess, the KPMG PGA? You finished T36. You looked okay that week. You sort of reared your head. But what's changed to go and win? It's an amazing feat.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy. Like just knowing that golf, you really just need one good week to flip your whole life around. But yeah, like you said, after that early win that I had in Hawaii, like I really didn't do much to have like a good finish. Never really strung 4 good rounds together, and I really just kept struggling mentally as it snowballed pretty much. So I really just had a bit of freedom in my mind during Evian. I just told myself literally, if I was to worry, that means I'm, doubting all the preparation work I've put into the week, all the efforts that my team has put into me. Like that's not why I practice in the first place. So I just kind of freed up my mind a little bit. And again, like during the playoffs, I wasn't really that nervous. I was only really nervous when the cameras started swarming in. Like they were pretty close right behind me. But other than that, yeah, just that freeing up the mind definitely helps. And yeah, I guess that's what you're meant to do, hey?
It is what you're meant to do. And that's amazing. Like, you probably can't replicate the feelings you had that day, but at least, you can do it down the stretch. Let's talk about the playoff. So it's your first playoff in a major. You're going down there with Ginu, who is probably pound for pound the best player in the world right now, ranked number 2, hasn't won a major. Seems like you guys have great rapport. She's really well liked out on tour. What was that like going down there to the first playoff hole and doing what you did? You had a bit of a pump fade. Did you hear something in the background in one of your shots?
Oh yeah. So, this one of the volunteers I guess just wasn't aware of what was happening. So he just made a giggle, but it was just a little bit too quiet. So I heard him quite loudly and clearly. And yeah, I probably gave him a bit of a death stare, and I didn't mean to. But yeah, so that happened.
No, it was good. You've got it. Like the ability to do that. A lesser player would have just hit it and then looked back and been like, "Oh no, you've cost me the tournament." But take us back to the tee with Gino. Like they scoop you up, they chuck you in the back of separate carts. You guys are friends, I'm guessing.
Yes.
How do you switch off to going, all right, I want to take you down here and win my first major?
Well, I think we got onto the tee and we were literally just kind of like, here we go again. Like we're playing the 18th again.
Yeah.
And we said the same thing when we got to the tee box the second time as well. But yeah, I mean, she's obviously, like you said, she's really well liked. She's just got this positive energy for the tour. Obviously, a great player for the tour, and again, number 2 in the world. And I don't think she's finished outside like top 10 for a good run of events this season. So just to be able to be in that position and give myself an opportunity to win, it's just, I don't know. I really don't have a word to describe that feeling.
Awesome. That's great. The first playoff hole, drive down the middle, little cut into the soup.
Yep.
Most amazing moment, I guess, and shot you've probably played comes from this. Take us back to that. Obviously, there's the vision of the rules officials telling you what you can do. Take us through the thought process with you and your caddy. It's a massive decision, like where to drop it, all that sort of thing. Can you just take the layman in there who's probably listening to this going, how do you even do that? Like, we can't do it on a Saturday comp with no pressure on us. But how do you think clearly and make a decision to put it in a spot where you can try and make it to continue?
Well, I had a good look of where I was dropping the ball, and it actually bounced away from where I intentionally was trying to put it, but it ended up on a half-decent lie. I had a bit of clearance behind the ball, which was nice. I couldn't quite see the bottom of the hole. I could only see like the pin. So I did walk up, have a look, and then, came back. I mean, when I chip, I don't really discuss the chip. I'm pretty confident in my short game to now just be able to kind of see what or feel what kind of chip shot, unless I'm really struggling to see the type of chip shot, whether I want to bump and run it. That's generally more for when I have a fat-sided miss, but either crucial moments or when I'm short-sided, I generally know what I need to do. So yeah, there wasn't that much discussion going on between my caddy and I, but again, wasn't needed, I guess. But yeah, I saw it tracking, and yeah, it kind of just dropped at this perfect pace. So yeah, I don't know if I could do that again.
No, mate, it's a once in a lifetime kind of shot. Like, it's just unbelievable. It was never missing, which was so cool. The crowd angles, like the Aussie girls in the crowd. I think Mel Marcassani was over there from an Aussie golf standpoint, and she's a gun at capturing these moments for you guys. And,
Yes.
like Steph and, everyone went full Aussie, which is what I saw on the pod the other day, which was unreal. Have you seen those footages, and does it make it a bit easy for you to see, like, what we saw, I guess?
Yeah, I obviously saw different angles. I saw one down the other side of the line. And yeah, it definitely looked like it was just kind of tracking all the way. Obviously, Mon, like you said, captured a great moment, and all the girls just going F-bombs, and it's like my favorite video. But I don't think I've told anyone this, but I actually had only one ball left. So that was the only ball that I had left.
Wow.
Yeah, so my caddy, before we went out in the playoff, he's like, do you have enough balls? And I was like, surely having 2 balls was going to be enough. And it was only just enough.
Grace, come on. That's one thing you've learnt from this major win.
Well, yeah, so I had to, so after every round, I always give my golf balls, I sign them and give it to my volunteer and the standard bearer. So yeah, it went away quick.
Second playoff hole, you and Gino go back. You hit just an incredible golf shot to give yourself the opportunity to set up, I think it was eagle to win. Like, take us there, mate. Like, you're a little girl. You've dreamed of this. We've talked about your career, how you came through the ranks in Aussie golf. You're still so young in your career. Like, what was going through your head walking up to the green? Gino short-sighted herself, had to hit a really tough shot and got caught up in the fringe a little bit. But can you take us inside your mind and what you were actually thinking? Like, you've lived this. We just saw it. What was it like for you walking up with your caddy, rolling that putt in? It didn't look like a very easy putt. It looks like a bit of a double breaker from the eye.
Yes,
But
yes.
take us inside it if you can.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I obviously just knowing that Gino is good enough to even chip it in and like make up and down for birdie at her worst. Like, she's not making par from there. I just knew I had to give it my best chance, and I don't really remember much, but I definitely just kept walking, and I took a deep breath on the putting green, and seeing that her chip did get caught up in that fringe, I was like, okay, like, she could miss it, but that wasn't really in my mind for too long, because in the end, I had to make the putt to be able to win. So, yeah, I asked my caddy, where am I going? Like, just you tell me where I'm going. And yes, it was a double breaker. I think Ayaka, the previous champion, she had the same putt and angle as well. So I definitely knew that it was going to break right at the end. And yeah, it was nice to see the ball go in the middle of the hole.
It was so cool. Like, one of the great sporting moments in Australian history, I think. Like, just the way that you did it, so young. Like, you got more majors in your back pocket, I'm sure of it. Let's talk about battling the flu as a professional sportsman. You don't get to choose how you feel when you wake up in the morning. You sort of have to decide how you're going to act that day. Tell us, like, battling that as well mentally. How do you, like, you had a bit of self-doubt earlier in the year, I heard you say. You've got an awesome team, Karen Paul and your coach, based up there in New South Wales. I think he's the state
Yes.
coach up there. Can you take us into how your team get you guys up for these major events, and then to be able to execute it from your end?
Yeah, so I mean, I must have caught the flu like overnight. I accidentally left the window open. So yeah, definitely woke up with a bit of a sore throat, but it was fine the first 2 rounds, and then third round it just kind of like all caught up to me. I just kept coughing. I'm still really just only getting over it now. Just it kills. It's the tickle in the dry tickle in your throat. Oh, it's the worst, and you just can't. Yeah. So just kept coughing, and I actually told my osteo who comes out here, Aaron, that like on the Saturday I was like, I don't need you to come. I feel good because I was due for a massage, like a treatment. And yeah, I was like, look, I feel like I'm moving well. I'm just having a big migraine with all the coughing that I've done. And he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, like, honestly, it's okay. But if anything, I felt like my posture was getting a little bit out of whack. So he's like, no, I'm coming. So then I don't know if you saw on my Instagram story, but I had a mask on while he was giving me a massage.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, so that was why. Yeah, so just needed to get things done, I guess, for Sunday, and posture was all checked. But yeah, it kind of just reminded me like, how the hell did we get through COVID? Because I was suffocating in that mask. But yeah, my team, I guess I was home before that week, and I saw Khan whenever I could, and saw my gym coach Nils as well. And yeah, really just kind of prepared more physically than technically, because I feel like for me anyways, I need to work extra hard to maintain physically with my strengths and everything. So yeah, a lot more like money game and matches were played with the boys back at my club, but I wasn't really working on anything technically. So yeah, just kind of prepared that way. And I guess I need to spend more time at home.
Unbelievable, mate. And you need to spend more time on the pod. The 2 years you've come on here, you've won. So take that to the bank. Aaron Bonds, the on-course osteos guys who travel with the LPGA too, those guys do amazing work. You're now the 5th Aussie woman to win a major. You know, you've joined an illustrious group. A couple of the girls you're out there with every week, in Minjee and Hannah. And then you're also Karrie Webb and Jan Stephenson are the other two. What does that mean to you? Like, you know, you've set yourself to have a career in this game. You're only very young, but you've done it very early.
Yeah, I like I said in the press, like I didn't really know I was going to be at this point so soon. I am obviously very grateful and fortunate that I am the 5th Aussie, but it's like for you to say that to me again and reiterate that, like it's just crazy. I doesn't really sink in. Honestly, like I feel like I'm the same, just junior me. Like I still feel like I'm that amateur Grace, but it's just so crazy that I've come this far so quick. So yeah, definitely very grateful for that.
Yeah, well, I know you've been probably asked about Karrie a lot since the win, but you're a 4-time winner of the Karrie Webb. What is it? A scholarship where she looks after you guys over in the States and takes you young amateurs behind the scenes and shows you what it takes, I guess, out there on the LPGA tour. It gets you in amongst all the girls who are over there on tour and houses you over there in the States. Has that helped you, I guess, with that sort of insight from Karrie, and having her on speed dial must be a big plus. She's the GOAT, an Aussie GOAT.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, yeah, she's given us priceless experiences and opportunities to go over and see what tour life is like, the taste of what it's going to be week in, week out. And obviously we were so lucky to see Greenie win at KPMG at Hazeltine in 2019 as well. So just to be a part of that experience, honestly, money can't buy. And I remember back then, like I was crying that because Greenie won. Like I was just like, that's like so crazy. Like you can just see how much hard work and effort and all the hours she's put in the practice just all come together in that moment. And I believe I mentioned like, oh yeah, just seeing Greenie do it. And obviously her come through all the Aussie ranks and the scholarships and the squads, like I just feel like I can do it. And then to be sprayed by Minjee and Greenie after, like it was just Yeah, it was crazy, and it was so nice for them to come up and spray me with champagne, and they were like, "Okay, now you have to drink it. It's your turn now." So that was
That's
really cool. And yeah, Karrie definitely left me. We FaceTimed last week only because I lost my voice, but yeah, she was just like, I've never. She said she's never screamed and jumped so high watching the TV out of the couch.
that's unbelievable. Let's chat about the relationships off course between the Aussie girls. So I was talking to Mika last week about the man, how it's, everyone's a bit more individualized. You guys are fierce competitors, we know, but you travel in a pack. You're always together. Like Hannah miscut, and she's there watching you like one of the biggest fans. Steph spoke so nicely about yourself and Gabby and all that before the final round. What's it like having such a cool off course team with competitors in the same breath?
I think it's obviously really cool. You don't get that many friendships anywhere, whether it's
Mm.
sports or just in life. And like you said, we're rivals first, but we're rivals, but we're friends first. So just to be able to have that bonding amongst all of us, and to be able to travel week in week out doesn't make tour life lonely. So that's always nice, and just to be able to kind of like lean on each other and just really be able to just like talk whenever we need to without any judgment. Like we're in the same boat pretty much, and this journey's quite long, so you need to be able to have that bonding. But it's good because you're able to like banter around, but also be serious at the same time when needed to. So I think that's why a lot of the other countries are very jealous of our camaraderie.
Yeah, mate, it's so good to watch, and like hearing the girls, the f bombs, everything, like all that. You put it all together. It was so raw and authentic, and it's unbridled joy, which you can't fake what they were feeling, and the footage that is there forever, mate. So you can always lean on that whenever you're feeling a bit
Yes,
down, which is amazing.
yes, exactly.
Uh,
So very grateful.
Yeah, speaking of the Aussie women's golf, the Aussie tour, we spoke to you back in, I think it was February, about the Festival of Golf, which was up on the Gold Coast, which had to get
Oh yeah.
cancelled because of the intense rains. But Karen Lunn and the team at the WPGA have done an amazing job to get the Australian Open back up and running, which is in Adelaide in
Yes.
2026 at Kionga Golf Club, March 12th to 15th. And then the Festival of Golf is heading back up to the Gold Coast the week after. What does that mean to you guys? Like, you haven't been a professional when Australia has had a standalone Women's Aussie Open. It used to be a massive event. The quarters used to come out. Everyone used to come out. They're co-sanctioned with the LET this year, which is going to be awesome. But what does that mean for someone like yourself coming back now as a major winner? We saw Cam do it with the Open a couple of years ago, come back and, the fanfare. Must be bloody cool to see that Aussie women's golf is getting domestically back on the right track to help support the next Grace Kim come through.
Yeah, I mean, I think slowly but surely, we're probably due to have our own exposure, and it's probably been a long time coming ever since COVID and all that happened, but we definitely deserve having our own standalone event. Hopefully eventually we'll get back on the LPGA schedule, because a lot of the players out here always come up to us and say like, hey, when is it again? And they really love playing in Australia, especially when it was back to back with Vic Open. So I'm really hoping eventually it gets back to that point. But I'm really excited to be back in Adelaide, and Kionga is obviously a great track. So we'll see how that all works out.
Unreal, mate. Hopefully get there to make sure you stay away from Shotgun Willie's, which is a great local establishment over there. So, don't mention my name. You won't be allowed in. So what's next for you, Grace? Obviously, a 5-year exemption on the LPGA Tour. You've moved up to number 25 in the world rankings now. You've got the Scottish Open this week. You're joining us from Scotland, which I did not say off the top. So you've been kind enough to – the time difference is pretty whack here, but you've been kind enough to join us over there. But what's next? So, you spoke about that fulfillment piece. Like, what are you next chasing? It's pretty
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a really nice problem to be thinking about. Just to be able to pick and choose what you can play in is obviously huge. And yeah, before the week, I wasn't even in the British. I was actually doing a final qualifying on Monday, and
Oh, wow.
funnily enough, my coach was like, "Should I cancel my flight? Like, what do you want me to do?" and all that. So it's definitely surreal to be able to just be able to play now. But yeah, definitely playing the Scottish and the British next week. Hopefully another Aussie major win to end the season that way. But yeah, I'll be still continuing to play a lot. I do enjoy playing, but at the same time, just to be able to have that luxury of going home and
Mm.
taking a break when I want to is yeah, definitely super nice to have.
Yeah, it's amazing what a win does in golf. You had the winner's prize purse at the Evian was pretty handy. You've just told me you've been on a little trip with your mum over to London. Like, what have you guys treated yourself to? Can you take us inside the Kim camp on what something like this does, just for a bit of fun?
Yeah, of course. I definitely a weird number to be looking at, but I'll take it and
I'll
splurge
take it.
mom here and there. Yeah, definitely got her a little gift. I got her a bag, I think. But yeah, I don't really I didn't really find anything that I wanted, so I just went to I don't know if you know Jellycats. They're like a
I know
little
Jellycats.
toy. So yeah, I got a croissant keyring just to like to I think make a memory out of France. So got
Yeah.
a croissant. But I've actually just been like interested in maybe a condo or an apartment in Fort Worth. So yeah, instead of just buying a materialistic thing, I was just thinking more ahead for the future. I'm in the process of joining a golf club in Fort Worth called Shady Oaks. It's where Greeny's at, where Suo's at, and a lot of other LPGA players. It's yeah, just a great track with good practice facilities. So I was just kind of looking around there just to see what property prices were like.
Nice, mate. That's very smart. I was hoping like a Lambo or something crazy, but we'll take the condo in Fort Worth. Um, yeah, mate. Good luck. Like, thank you so much for your time. It's just incredible to have you on as a major winner now. We met you when you were still an amateur, and now we've seen
Yeah.
your journey over the last few years. Um, enjoy the spoils this week. It's going to be a big week for you media wise. Feature
Thank
groups. We'll
you.
be able to turn on KO, and your mug will be on there, which will be amazing over in Australia.
Yay.
But yeah, it's been so cool to watch you come through, mate. And I know, speaking from everyone here in Australia, just the messages of the group chats that I was in last week was just nuts. Like, you watching this? Like, Grace Kim's gone bunter. So, so congratulations, mate, and you deserve it. Enjoy the spoils. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow, and so onward and upward from here, I'm guessing.
Thanks, Kieran. I appreciate your time and yeah, always happy to be back.
Legend.